Hi guys! I will be talking about the different kind of materials I'm using while I'm making cosplay. And I got a lot of questions if I'm using very expensive materials and stuff like that. The answer is no. I don't use expensive shit because I'm poor as fuck. So I'll be talking about the different materials I use and what stuff I made it from, and etc, etc. The first thing I used for the very first time when I made my armor was not Vorbla. It was this one right here. Like from the camping area, the camping kit. It comes about 2.5 meters maybe, I don't know. It is very easy to work with. You only need glue sticks and shit like that to make it stay and stuff. I can even show you on these pieces how it's on this piece maybe. It's very bendable and yeah, it's you can form it to like anything if you have the right imagination. And it's very easy to tear it apart with just hands, but you should use your scissors because if you want nicer cuts, just saying. Yeah, well, so like for that material for the cosplay that I used that exact material was my Syndra helmet in like the base, just cause I wanted it to fit my head and I wanted to be sturdy and to stay up and shit like that. My shoulder from my Laura Thamar cosplay. You can even see it here. So like some details here and how I placed it over here and stuff like that, and the bird is in the exact same thing. And then I even made my Arakoa and the rest of the masks in the same kind of material. Since it's very much the best material you can use when you're working with masks and shit like that. So that's for that. And then I used it for sword materials and stuff like that, and my Syndra skirt. And yeah, basically all my armor ever made from that foam. And then we have this one, which I haven't used yet. It's much more stronger. It's harder to break with your bare hands if you don't have like very much like stronger fingers than I have. I guess the most cosplayers use this kind of Ava foam, or like the matte kind of, when they work with armor, because it's more stable, it's more stronger and stuff like that. You still need wood glue, because if you didn't have wooden glue or any kind of base on it, the color you wanted to paint on would get sucked into the foam, and you don't want that, because if you want to have a specific color, this mattress doesn't give a fuck. It will suck out the color from the color you painted on, and it's shit as fuck. I'm probably gonna make my my armor in this. I don't know what kind of armor, but like we'll see about in the future, because I have like a loads of this. And the price is also very different, because this one costs around 29 crowns, which is like this in dollar, and this cost about 150, which is this in dollar. So yeah, the difference is big depending on like the strongness and the price and cheapness and stuff like that. And I also use these ones, crafting foams or foam sheets. I use these for like small details, thin details, and or flat details basically. It can also be used to make like fake leather kind of things. As for my weapon here, like not the weapon per se, but this one, it was just made out of regular sheets. You can even see it here. Just painted the shit and then just coated it with some color and then coated it with I don't know what it was called, acrylic spray, something like that, or just hairspray works as well, depending on if you don't have like a friend who is very allergic near you. You should not use that shit. So yeah, it can also be used to make like fake crowns and headgears and stuff like that as well. That's the first one, very bendable and stuff like that, and use glue, wooden glue, or if you just don't want it, because it doesn't suck in as much color as the other one, but if you still want it glossy, you should probably use wooden glue. And I can even show you. This was made from that same material, and this one, and the eye things. Very thin and very soft. And my Syndra also had that kind of same material for the fins, because it was meant to be very thin and not as thick as this one, because it would be, well, it would just look weird to me. And then I have this material, which is like a cardboard. I don't know what it's called, because I bought it from my art school. It cost around 12 crowns, which was like, arc was like this big, and it's like nothing basically. This is the best material to work with like weapons, shields, and puzzle up any kind of guns and shit like that, and daggers and stuff. I made my link shield in that because I wanted it to be more sturdier and much more stable, and I even bended it somehow. I even made my Captain America shield in that. It was much more of a challenge, because I didn't know how to make it round, but then I figured out how to make it round. And I also made my gun, my cowboy gun, for some fucking weird reason. I just had it for a cosplay. I made it from the same material, except for these ones. The pipe ones were made out of that prop foam I just showed you. Well, yeah, basically everything here is made out of this kind of material. So it's like good if you want to have like a sturdier fail number one. So this is good if you want to have a more sturdier weapon, much more stable, and basically you can like do anything with it. Bro. Ow, my knuckles. Shit. I also use this material for small parts, for like fabric cosplays. For instance, I don't know if I can show you, but like these ones, yeah, all of these are fake. It's not even real. If I ever have like a belt and I'm going to like, and it has like a certain look on it, it's not real, because I am mostly making those shits out of this kind of cardboard, because it's very hard to find the specific size, colors, and yeah, the form at all in the same like material. So I use this, and I can otherwise paint it with color or use aluminum tape. Oh wait. I can otherwise use aluminum duct tape for it, and it's very good to use for it as well. What else do I use it for? Well, I don't know. And all of these I actually just put on together with my most trusted friend ever, who has been with me through very sad times and very, very, very angry times. It's my glue gun. Yeah, big deal. But yeah, I use this kind of glue gun. I don't know if it has a certain, like, heat. The marking is gone, kind of. But it's very, very, very hot. Like, this, I even have a small one, but the glue is not as well melted as the other one here, because if I'm going to work with something, I want the glue to be very, very melted, especially when I work with these kind of things and I'm gonna make armor, because I want the glue to melt the foam, because when you melt the foam together, it like melts some smart particles in that foam, and then it will stick together more. It won't be like this, because the foam itself will be like very, very vibrant and just glue on together more. But the small glue gun is very good for like other reasons. If I'm going to make small bolts or something like that, like this one, or very, very, very small bolts, which is like tiny, tiny little pieces of shits. It's very good to use the small one, because otherwise they would just go away, and it's very, 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 very hard to make small pieces of shits with this big guy here. So yeah. And what I'm using when I'm cutting into this is like regular scissor, or maybe not regular, but like don't use a very simple, like you could use a knife, like a what is it called? Frick. What is it called? What is it called? Shit. What is it called? What is it called? Heck, I don't know what it was called. I will put the name here. That shit. You can use that shit to cut things out if you want it more straight. But if you want to have more like a round shape and things like that, I would recommend a scissor, because it's very hard with that material here. And the same with this. I wouldn't recommend using that knife to cut up that shit, because I tried that once, and when something is not holding up, you just go like this. So it's easier to cut it with a scissor, to be honest. If it's not this one, I guess, it's more sturdier than that one over there. And yeah, that's it on the material, I guess. That's it on the material. That's it on the material. Well, that's it on the materials I had to talk about. I will be making a tutorial on like forms of the foam form bending things. I don't know, form bending. I should be form bending. Foam form bending. Yeah. I have a new character, Nickelodeon. Come at me. I'm just kidding. No, but seriously, I could be that. That would be awesome as fuck. Anyways, so that was the material. Sorry if I looked away very, very much around my house. I didn't have my glasses on me, because if I had, the light would be fucking up shit, and I want to be looking into you guys, even though I looked there, or down there, or at the side. If something was very misleading, or there were a thing you didn't understand, or if I slurred about something, comment, I guess, down below, I guess, subscribe, I guess. I don't have a life, but if you don't have a life, then you can do too. Give it a like. I don't know. If you have have a tutorial you want me to show you guys, you can also comment that shit, because I want to help you guys as best as I can with my knowledge, which is like nothing because there are like other cosplay gurus out there. So yeah, if you have a question, I will be sure to answer it in another video maybe, or like in a Q&A. I don't know. We'll see about that. So the next episode will be what am I? So the next video I will be uploading later on will be about me talking about foam bending forms. Stay tuned for that. So